For more than 6 decades, Dolly Parton has been the glittering heart of country music, a woman who turned hardship into harmony and simple words into songs that touched the world. But now, at a time when her laughter once filled stages and television screens, Dolly's fans have been left heartbroken. News has spread that the beloved icon has received a tragic diagnosis, forcing her to face the one thing she never sang about, saying goodbye. Though the details remain wrapped in gentle privacy, close friends and family have revealed that Dolly's health has taken a sharp turn. Those who have seen her recently say she's lost some of the unstoppable energy that once carried her through endless tours, movies, and recording sessions. Yet even in frailty, she remains radiant, her spirit still shimmering like the rhinestones on her famous dresses. For those who grew up with her songs, Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, I Will Always Love You, this news feels deeply personal. Dolly wasn't just a singer. She was family. She was the storyteller who helped the brokenhearted heal. Born in 1946 in a one-room cabin in Sevier County, Tennessee, Dolly knew struggle from the start. Her father couldn't read or write. Her mother sang hymns to soothe their hunger, and Dolly learned early that music could lift you above your pain. She took that lesson with her to Nashville, where her honeyed voice soon echoed through every corner of the country. But behind the fame, Dolly has always been human, a woman who's battled loss, loneliness, and now the cruel weight of illness. Insiders close to the country legend say that the diagnosis came quietly, a few medical visits, some worrying tests, and then a conversation that changed everything. When doctors told Dolly she would need to slow down, her first reaction was disbelief. How could someone who'd worked every day of her life simply stop? To her, music wasn't a career. It was her breath, her heartbeat, her church. But as the months went on, she began to realize that even the strongest voices must someday fall silent. I've had a good run, she reportedly told a close friend. If God's ready for me, then I'm ready too. I just want to leave this world singing. That quiet acceptance has become the centerpiece of her final chapter. Instead of hiding away, Dolly has chosen to keep working, recording what may be her last collection of songs. Friends say she's been spending long nights in her Tennessee studio, revisiting old melodies, re-recording songs from her youth, and penning letters to fans she's never met but always loved. The sessions are said to be bittersweet, moments of laughter interrupted by tears, with musicians often struggling to keep playing when they hear her voice tremble with emotion. One producer described it as watching history say goodbye to itself. Dolly's decision to keep her health private reflects her lifelong grace. She's never been one to exploit sympathy. I don't want people crying for me, she once said. If you're going to cry, make it tears of joy for all the good times we shared. And yet, as news of her condition spreads, fans around the world have begun to honor her legacy in their own ways. Candlelight vigils in Nashville, social media tributes, and millions of streaming plays of her old records. Younger artists, from Miley Cyrus to Casey Musgraves, have spoken publicly about how Dolly's courage continues to inspire them. Even those who never met her feel like they've known her forever. In the past year, Dolly has quietly said goodbye to some of her oldest friends and collaborators. Kenny Rogers, who passed away in 2020, was one of her dearest companions in music. Their duet, Islands in the Stream, remains one of the most beloved songs of all time, and insiders say that after his passing, Dolly began to reflect on her own mortality in a deeper way. She often visits his resting place, leaving flowers and whispering lyrics from their song, a private moment between two souls who built something timeless. It was said that after one such visit, she sat down and wrote a letter to her fans, a message she plans to release when she's gone. The letter reportedly begins with the words, "If you're reading this, then I've sung my last song." In it, Dolly thanks her fans for loving her just the way I am, makeup, wigs and all. She reminds them to keep smiling, keep dreaming, and keep believing that love is worth singing about. Those who've seen it say it's deeply emotional but full of hope, a perfect reflection of who Dolly Parton has always been, even as she faces her health battle. Dolly's days are still filled with purpose. She continues to oversee her philanthropic projects, including the Imagination Library, which has gifted over 200 million books to children around the world. She often says that helping kids read is her greatest legacy, greater even than her music. Recently, she made a rare appearance via video to thank teachers, parents, and volunteers who've helped carry her mission forward. Her voice was softer, her tone slower, but her humor was still unmistakable. "If I can't sing you a song, I can still read you a story," she joked. Behind closed doors, her family has been keeping close watch. Her husband, Carl Dean, who's always lived quietly away from the spotlight, has become her rock. The two have been married since 1966, a remarkable 59 years, and those who know them say their bond has only deepened in recent months. Carl has been her greatest comfort, often sitting with her on the porch at sunset, holding her hand while they listen to the sound of crickets and distant church bells. For Dolly, that peace is worth more than any award or stage spotlight. "Oh, he's my forever duet partner," she once said with a laugh. Industry insiders also reveal that Dolly has been carefully planning her farewell, not just her final album, but a documentary project that will tell her story in her own words. The film will reportedly include unseen footage from her early life in Tennessee, private moments with family, and interviews she recorded for fans to see after she's gone. She wanted the project to be a thank you note in motion, reminding everyone that the sparkle of her career was born out of poverty, pain, and endless faith. Those closest to Dolly describe her as calm and at peace. "She's not scared," one longtime friend shared. She believes that when the time comes, she'll just be going home. It's a sentiment that echoes her deep faith, the same faith that carried her through the loss of friends, the chaos of fame, and now the fragility of her own body. Her pastor, who visits regularly, says she often hums hymns between conversations, her voice faint but steady. Dolly's story, however, isn't just about an illness. It's about the power of a woman who refused to let life's hardships break her. Even in her final chapter, she remains a beacon of hope, reminding the world that grace can exist even in pain. She's the rare kind of legend who can make sadness sound beautiful and goodbye feel like a song. As one of her oldest bandmates said, "She's not leaving us with silence, she's leaving us with music that'll never die." When that day comes, when the lights dim on the Grand Ole Opry stage and her microphone stands empty, fans will remember her not with sorrow, but with gratitude. Because Dolly Parton never truly belonged to the stage alone. She belonged to everyone who ever found comfort in her words, to every child who learned to dream because of her books, and to every person who saw in her a reflection of hope. And perhaps somewhere beyond the mountains of Tennessee, where the stars shine a little brighter, she'll still be singing softly, reminding us all that love, laughter, and music are the only things worth holding on to.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.